Hi everyone, I'm Esmeralda Zamora. Thanks for joining us on KXAN Plus. Today we are live with the Austin Police Department as they share important holiday safety tips. With the shopping season kicking off, APD will cover how to keep your home safe and your car safe, and they have already begun, so let's go ahead and listen in.
Share some quick safety tips with you about starting with garage theft. So it's very important to close your garage door. Don't leave it open all day because that can leave you open to just a wide variety of thefts. People keep a lot of things in their garage, coolers, tools, cars, all of that can be taken. People keep their car keys in there, cars unlocked, and all that can be taken. There's also doors leading from garages into your home. People frequently leave those unlocked, so that leaves your whole home vulnerable to any kind of theft or worse. If you see anything suspicious, make sure that you call 911. During the holiday season, the porch pirate issues go way up. People are ordering gifts for their friends and family, and people know that that's going on. So not only do they follow around delivery trucks and stuff, people drive around, walk around neighborhoods looking for any stacks of boxes that may be waiting to be picked up. So know when your items are arriving, get them as soon as you can, bring them inside. If you can't get them, a very useful thing is have good neighbors. If your neighbors can grab your packages, hold on to them for you, or put them inside your house, that can resolve that issue. Also, what goes along with that is mail theft. People know that gifts come in through USPS mailboxes, cash, checks, whatever from relatives, and that trend tends to go up. So if you can make sure that your mail isn't piling up if you're traveling or just day to day, make sure that your mail gets picked up. If you do end up becoming a victim of mail theft, always report that to USPS, and then they can also issue you a PO box. When people are out shopping, it's very important to not leave stuff in your cars. If you're going from store to store, don't leave all your packages in the back seat. Don't leave purses, phones, tablets, anything that can entice someone to break your window and take it. If you do end up having to leave stuff in your car, a good tip is to take it and park it somewhere else, a few aisles down, or if you can stash it in your trunk. Also, if you do have a separate trunk from your vehicle, there is a disable key down by the latch. You can always disable it so that even if someone does manage to get in your car, they cannot get in your trunk. Along with burglars of vehicle, do not leave firearms in your vehicles. That is the number one way people tend to get firearms is when people leave them in their cars. So either leave it at home or keep it on your person. And then, again, lastly, if you see anything suspicious, call 911. There's going to be officers out at all the major shopping areas this weekend on different initiatives trying to educate people and keep thefts down. So thank you.
Along the lines of just garage safety, obviously, of course, this is a big weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in town, family will be in town, we'll be watching sports, football. The football game is on Friday. What is your best advice for people who are just kind of hanging out? Is it maybe just to keep someone in the garage at all times if you're going to be out there cooking or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, if someone's in the garage, I mean, that's no big deal. It's, if you leave your garage door open all day and you're not out there and someone walking by just sees, your tool wall, and it's easy pickings for someone to just walk up, grab it, and run. So that does happen quite often.
And then, you talked about a little bit about people leaving gifts in their car and stuff. This is I guess the time of year where people like to maybe hide stuff so that their kids or their significant others can't see. What is your best advice for just kind of being cautious with your cars in your neighborhoods, even just at your homes? Because like you said, people break in, they steal guns all the time. Some people think that they're safe in their neighborhoods enough to leave their cars unlocked. So what do you
I would say no neighborhood's safe. It's breaking into a car is a crime of opportunity. If people see an unattended car, the first thing they're going to do is check the door handle, and if that's open, then they have free access to it. But if they see something they like, they won't think twice about breaking the window. For like gifts and stuff, I have little kids. I take my presents to work and I store them there. Think of somewhere else you can store them where the family won't find them. There's ways.
As far as those initiatives that are coming up, as far as police being in the parking lots of shopping centers and shopping malls, what would those look like?
So me and my team of district representatives will be at South Park Meadows, and we'll be out. A couple of us will be in cars on ATVs, just riding around, going up and down the aisles. You know, we're gonna see. I mean, we're not obviously gonna go in people's cars, but we're gonna poke our heads around if there is a package that someone may have left out. We have pamphlets that we've printed off, and we're just gonna leave it. You know, saying like, educate people on, you know, better practices in that regard. But otherwise, you know, we're going to be out just as a visible deterrent for thefts, smash and grabs, and then just, you know, being there with the community.
Sorry, I have one more.
Mhm.
Just along those lines, what about the communication with businesses or shopping centers for use of like cameras or surveillance systems? Is that something you all are kind of lining up right now to be able to have that access in case, you know, something does happen and you're not in a specific area that you can be able to find out what happens quickly?
That I don't know.
Can you elaborate just a little bit more on how this is the prime season for people that are looking for crimes of opportunity, and that awareness is probably your best defense?
Yeah, I mean,
whether you're at the mall, you're in your
sure.
neighborhood,
Mhm.
or whether you're at a small shopping center.
Yeah, I mean, people know that this is the time where, you know, people are out there spending money, they're buying things, and when you buy things, you tend to leave them places, especially when you're out and about. So, you know, just really not leaving stuff visible. The porch piracy, you know, just it's already bad enough in the city, and now it just kind of goes through the roof because people are ordering gifts for all their friends and family, and you may be at work and that stuff's sitting there all day. So that's, you know, it's all crimes of opportunity. So if you could take away that opportunity or inconvenience the person so that it's just not worth their time, then, you know, hiding, having neighbors. Having good neighbors is the biggest thing. Anytime I go out of town, I have a very close relationship with all my neighbors, and they look after the house, grab the mail, you know, bring the trash cans up. So if you can really, you know, concentrate on community on the home front, that can make a big difference with deterring crime.
Thank you.
All right, we just heard some safety tips from the Austin Police Department for this holiday season, shopping season. And I'm going to share some of those tips with you all here again. The APD officer recommended you close your garage door. Do not leave it open all day. That puts you at risk for robbery. Doors from garages that lead into the home that are left unlocked can also put your entire home at risk. Porch package theft or porch pirates is also on the rise this season, and they recommend you make arrangements to have your packages or anything dropped off when you're home, or simply ask a neighbor to collect them for you if you are out of town. The same thing goes for your mail. If you do end up becoming a victim of any type of theft, they do recommend to call 911 and make a report with the Austin Police Department. When you're out shopping, do not leave any personal items in your vehicle. If you need to, park that vehicle somewhere safe where you know that no one will get into the vehicle, or stash it in your trunk. There's also options to lock your trunk up. Do not leave any firearms in the vehicle. Leave them at home or keep them on you at all times. The Austin Police Department officer mentioned that this is one of the times of years where they see firearm theft happen a lot. So if you see anything suspicious, they recommend call 911 and report that to the APD office. Officers will be out all season, keeping an eye on safety in the parking lots and informing individuals about these safety tips. I'm going ahead and repeating this information in Spanish, but before we go, I do want to mention that we have an article on our website, KXAN.com, listing a lot of tips on how to keep your home safe if you are away on vacation during the holidays, and you can find that on our homepage. Really easy. I'm going to repeat this information in Spanish for all of our Spanish speakers. Acabamos de escuchar de la policía de Austin sobre cómo dejar su carro seguro cuando está fuera haciendo las compras de Navidad. Estos son los recomendados que ellos nos compartieron. Cierre la puerta del garaje, no la deja abierta todo el día, y ya que eso le expone a un riesgo de robo. Las puertas de los garajes que dan acceso a la vivienda y que se dejan sin cerrar también pueden poner en peligro toda su casa. El robo de paquetes en los porches también está aumentando en esta temporada, así que haga los arreglos necesarios para que los entreguen cuando estén en la casa, o pida a un vecino que los recoja por usted si estás fuera de la casa. Lo mismo ocurre con el correo. Si acabas siendo víctima de algún robo, denúncialo a la APD. Cuando salga a las compras, No deje objetos personales en el coche. Si es necesario, estacione el vehículo en un lugar seguro o simplemente pones seguridad en el carro. No deje armas de fuego en sus vehículos. Déjalos en la casa o llévalos consigo. Si ve algo sospechoso, llama al 911 y los agentes de la APD estarán fuera toda la temporada informando a las personas sobre estos consejos de seguridad. Tenemos más información en nuestra página web kxan.com, así que pueden ver nuestra página y donde estamos hablando sobre cómo dejar segura su casa si se van a otros lugares durante la temporada de vacaciones. Así que ahí lo tienen. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time here on KXAN Plus.